What is going on, Babylonians? It's me, Songs of Rage, and we are back with Outriders. Yes, obviously you've seen the announcement, you've seen everything that's going to be coming, you've seen the trailer, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did the first time we managed to get to see it. Obviously we've managed to have a little bit of a playtest when it came to WorldSlayer in itself, and it opens up so many doors, so many avenues to be able to improve build, and I'm really looking forward to being able to get my hands on the full actual DLC as soon as that drops on the 30th of June 2022. It really does mean a lot to us that obviously PCF and Square Enix allowed us as ambassadors to be able to play this early, so massive thank you to them if they are watching this video indeed. But obviously you're here to be able to learn what PAX points are, and PAX points just pretty much enhance everything that we possibly knew. Now obviously we've asked in the past to be able to have additional skill points, to be able to improve our builds, to be able to go to that next level, to be able to give us some more kind of like identity towards our build and just allow more freedom. But PAX points basically take that idea, and instead of giving you just standard skill points into trees that we all already know well and love, we actually get brand new skill trees that really just add some additional things that we weren't even expecting or even asking for. But some of these stuff is really good, and it really does kind of like hone those builds. So make sure you drop a like and a subscribe, and let's get into it so we can have a little bit of a brief overview of the Technomancer, which was the class that I was playing it when it came to WorldSlayer. So I didn't manage to get every single skill node on this because we kind of got a little bit rushed towards the end, and unfortunately it was at the end that we managed to get the PAX point to be able to like look into it. But either way, I'm able to give you like a kind of like a brief overview as to how it all kind of works, what you're kind of expecting to be able to go into, and when it comes to each of the builds, each of the classes, we'll be doing separate guides for them so you know exactly what you're going to be heading yourself into. So as you look at the PAX point tree, and you'll be able to see a screenshot up on the screen right now, we have 20 nodes to be able to choose from. Now, as we get PAX points, we'll be able to put into those. Don't expect to be able to fill all of these. I'm pretty confident you'll only be able to fill up like one branch of this, but we'll know the exact number as soon as we get a bit closer to the time. But overall, some of these nodes are really strong, and this really kind of like helps make the DLC as it is. So if we have a quick look into some of the nodes that we've actually managed to have a look at, so obviously you only have a choice between one or two at the start, and we have things that you're going to be expecting, something like activating skills increases your anomaly power or your firepower by 15% for 5 seconds, depending on which of those is higher. So this kind of helps to be able to hone either firepower or anomaly power builds. It doesn't specify either way. It's happy to be able to take either one, and it just gives you a nice extra boost on that. We've got other things that offer like additional kind of like perks and all that. So for example, with lethal devices, your ordnance and gadget skills inflict toxic to enemies hit and deal additional 10% of anomaly power as damage if toxic was refreshed. So it just kind of like takes the idea of like the standard builds that we currently have, so all the ones that we kind of know and well and love. So we have the Firepower Technomancer, for example, but we also have little kind of builds like miniguns, and we have scrapnel builds, etc. And this just allows us to be able to inflict that toxic even like just so much easier to be able to trigger some of those class bonuses. Now, if this was able to inflict freeze, I guarantee you Borealis probably would have been the most broken kind of gear set that actually probably would have been released with this. But Toxic is obviously the main bread and butter when it comes to Technomancer, and I do think they've actually got a nice way to be able to go about that. Now, obviously, the main ones that you're going to want to know about are going to be like the Capstones. So the Capstones we've got here that really kind of like change up playstyles. We've gone for Burrowing Charge, where critical shots injects an enemy with an explosive charge for 5 seconds, dealing 100% of anomaly power as damage upon the next critical shot taken. Next to that, we've also got Dissection, where you deal 10% more damage to enemies for every status that's inflicted on them. So actually inflicting more statuses is like probably one of the most beneficial things that you can actually do. And the node that's before that allows you to be able to kind of like deal even more status. Ones that are outside what the Technomancer can actually even do, it's just a standard. And then also we have Twin Reaper, where the sniper weapon shots have a 70% chance to trigger an echo, dealing 50% of the damage dealt by the shot. Now that is the one that really interests me so far, because sniper builds really do have a bad rap so far, and I think this would probably elevate the sniper, like just a little bit more of a DPS to make up for those lower rates of fire. It'll be interesting to know if we can actually use it for the kind of like marksman types of rifles, the single shot ones that don't have a scope. Now, of course, all of that we've got to look forward to. Now, each tree is slightly different. The bottom one seems to kind of go a bit more towards like skill side of things, whereas the top one seems to be more around like dealing damage. So the bottom one is more of a kind of generic kind of help out, whereas the top one is more kind of like firepower oriented. Now obviously this is just Technomancer. We do have a tree for the Devastator, we have one for the Trickstone, we have one for the Pyro. Now obviously this was I only got to be able to play through with the Technomancer, so obviously a full breakdown on this tree for the Technomancer will be coming up very, very shortly, but overall this is what you can expect from PAX points. You just give you an idea as to how strong some of these points really can affect builds, and it's just going to open up so much more build diversity, so expect more build guides to come from us in the future. Anyways, this is a quick video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've learned something with ourselves. Are you looking forward to PAX points? Make sure you drop a comment down in the comment section down below. And will you be picking up WorldSlayer as soon as it launches on the 30th of June? As always, thank you all so much to the Babylonian family. Thank you all for making your way all the way to the end of this video. And as always, keep yourself safe, keep yourselves well, and I'll see you all on the next video.